So picture a big truck that you see out on the road, like a big dump truck. Now this engine that's powering this sawmill came out of one of those big trucks. So take the fenders off, take the hood off, and this is what you'd see in the truck. Now this frame is still the truck frame that the motor was sitting in. I cut the truck off right here. I just cut it off and got rid of the truck. I kept the radiator, the motor, and I had to make a new stand underneath it so it would be high enough up to function in this application that I'm using it in. I took the transmission off the back that was in the truck, got rid of it, and what's on there now is called a power takeoff. And it has a different kind of clutch mechanism to separate the engine from this pulley that it powers so that it's not always turning. I can move this lever over here and it puts it in neutral. And when I want to use it to turn this, which turns the saw, I push that lever forward and that matches up two plates inside tightly so that the power is transmitted from the engine to this pulley. So the motor turns that pulley and this shaft, which leads to the workings of the sawmill. These belts power various mechanisms on the mill, such as a sawdust blower to take the sawdust away from the saw and blow it outside so it doesn't build up underneath the mill and cause a problem. It also powers the transmission for the mill to power the carriage past the saw blade with the log on it to saw the lumber. So the log sits on that carriage and it goes by the saw and gets cut into lumber. One aspect that is different from the truck application is a governor. All engines in an industrial setting, and that's trucks included, have governors on them. A truck governor has the type that limits it from going too fast. In a sawmill situation, we have to have a different kind of governor, which is this right here. And in a sawmill situation, we want the motor to stay at a certain speed that we set it at. So when we ask it for power to saw the log, it doesn't droop down and lose RPM. So this governor I had to find from another motor that was used in an industrial application, such as I'm using it on this sawmill. And I had to change it out with the one that was on here from the dump truck. And that proved to be quite an undertaking because the rods that go in to govern the engine were different. And so I had to end up making my own to make it work. So one of the most important tools that I use on the sawmill is called a PV. And it's shaped the way it is so that you can accommodate different size logs. And this point hooks into the log. Oh God.
Just keep going, it's okay.
It hooks into the log, and then I pull on this lever and roll the log up onto the mill. But the shape of this is very important for you engineering students. It's shaped in a wedge. If it was just a point like that, it would not work. It would just tear through the wood. When it's a small point and it gets bigger in a wedge, it hooks into the wood fibers and it locks in, which is what you want because you don't want this to slip when you're putting a lot of power on the handle to turn a log.